So I went to this man, he's a professional, his name is Dr. Shapiro. So I 1 hour visit, and they told me, this is what you have. He pointed at one book out of about 1,000 books, like the Page Master with the rolling ladders. He was sitting down, his young assistant was standing up, he said, give me that book. So when he grabbed that book, he said, this is what you have. And he told me, you have alcohol responsive myoclonic dystonia. I thought, wow, okay, I'm in a 1 hour visit after 15 years, you're going to tell me what I have? So I went back to Las Vegas, Nevada, and Dr. Margaret Goodman said, you have a choice. The last resort is brain surgery at UCLA, and I have a doctor, Antonio DeSalas, that can perform the brain surgery. So I had already given up and thrown all my pills away. But when she said that to my son Brandon, we're going to help your mommy, it was like something overwhelmed me. Inside my whole body's like, wow, this is it. She's going to help me. I would shake all over. I couldn't talk very good. My speech was bad. My spine was curved. Doctors said I was on drugs. I didn't talk to nobody. I never could have a job. I would drink a lot of beer, and it would stop all my shaking. And I thought, wow, I figured that out on my own. But my family thought I was an alcoholic. So I I thought I'd continue to drink my beer because I'd either be embarrassed to have the kids take away and shake and not talk, and my whole upper torso would just shake tremendously. My hand would stay here to hold my head still, and my neck, they said, was as big as a football player's, and my whole body was so strong. I still have so much muscle in me, and I have not worked out in 25 years, but it's still there. And so I took all the pills and flushed them down the toilet. And I went to UCLA, she said, was my last resort for brain surgery. And I met with a group of doctors, I don't know how many, it seemed like 40. And they were all standing there staring at me. They did a before video and an after video of me. And I stood there, and they said I was a worst case scenario. And I was like a guinea pig for this surgery. But I didn't care. Because I was a different person on the inside and living a different life on the outside. So in 1999, I went and I had my first brain surgery. And I told them, I said, well, I've had 5 kids because I've had them out of selfish love because they love you no matter what. Never got married. I just wanted them because they would love me. I was shaking all over, sweating. But they love me unconditional love. And I told my boyfriend then, Ron, I I wouldn't marry him. I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I didn't want to do it, but I loved having babies. So he went down there with me in 1999, in November of 99. And here, I'll show you a scar. Here's one of the scars. Here's my other scar. I have 2 batteries here that run wires up to my brain and behind my eyes, like about a few centimeters behind my eye. And well, my first one, which is bilateral, left and right, I did my first one was on the left because it was the worst side, is what they told me. And I went in and I said, my anesthesiologist said I had to do it for 8 hours. Said, you like to drink beer? And I said, yeah. He goes, well, this is better than any beer drug you've ever done in your life. So he injected me. I thought, oh wow. I was like, oh, this feels good. My mom and my then boyfriend, Ron, was standing there, and I said, well, yeah, this is good. This is great. It felt so good. I had every muscle relaxed in my body. And I looked and I hold my hands up. I said, I don't see any fucking rings on these things. So when I was in my brain surgery, he went out, and this was in LA, and he got me an engagement ring. And then I was all bandaged up. It was all bandages all over my head. And he proposed to me on his knees. And I said yes. But the only reason I said yes, I tell him to this day, is because you know that I was on drugs from my surgery. That's why I said, yes, I'll do it. I'll marry you. Well, he started crying. We got married the next month later. It was like a funeral marriage because I had a Gilligan dark gown and dark clothes, and I had balls underneath. And I still had to wait another year or 6 months for my surgery, my right side then. And so but first of all, let me back it up. After my surgery, I was scared. I was like, did it work? Did this work? I was like a guinea pig. I was one of the first people that he performed these surgeries on. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go into public. I'm not going to have nothing to drink. I'm going to go into a regular restaurant, have breakfast, normal. Oh my God. I went in. I was still feeling cloudy with my Gilligan hat on. And I didn't shake. And my speech was okay. It involved with my vocal cords. My spine was already curved. I was already built up my upper torso like a football player. There's muscles in there. I thought, wow, I can actually sit here and eat and be like a normal person. And that made me feel so good. That's why I wanted to be normal. I just wanted to be normal like everybody else. And then, because before that, I would go to the doctor with my tears and they were going to take him away because I shook so much. They accused me of being on drugs. And it hurt me so bad. And I learned that doctors, cops, and all these people that have licenses, it doesn't matter who you are just as equal as everybody else out there without the licenses. Even the neurologist quacks that know who they are, that try to help me, you're no better than anybody else out there that doesn't have a license. And I just want to I'm happy now, but I just want people to know that if you have disabilities like I have, it's called alcohol responsive myoclonic dystonia. They told me that luckily I'm as sane as I was because I would have killed myself because of such bad depression. Because you're like another person on the inside dealing with this, and you're like completely different on the outside. It's very, very depressing. I went through a lot. I wanted to be a lot of things, and I couldn't be. And I was selfish. I had my babies to help me cope, and they're so amazing now. I mean, my oldest will be 26 this year, and then my youngest will be 12. You know, me and my husband have been together the same man Ron since 1989. I married him in 99, but I just want you to know that no matter what you're going through in life, it can be fixed. Just don't give up. I didn't give up. Nobody was there for me. Nobody would, except for, I mean, I pushed myself and pushed myself, and I didn't stop until I figured out what was wrong with me. And I came across some good people, but I came across a lot of bad people. And there are a lot of bad people out there, but if you hold your faith and your head up high, then nothing can overcome that. And I want you to know that. And I'm still having surgeries every 3 to 5 years because I have batteries inside me. And I just thank God. that I'm moving on, and I just want anybody out there that sees this to know that there is hope